Welcome to this exclusive production of Concho Sports Network.
And welcome to Wall Hawks football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. You're looking live inside the studio here at Concho Sports Network. I'm Russ Howard. That's Damon Bell and Adam doing stats for us tonight as well. And we are experiencing a bit of a technical difficulty in getting a camera feed from Brownwood, where the Wall Hawks have traveled tonight to take on the Brownwood Lions. So we're going to give you a bit of a pregame show here while we try to get our camera feed live. This is the Zentex Remodeling Group pregame show. Remodel your bathroom in as little as 1 day with Zentex Remodeling Group, and you can visit them at zentex.com. That's Zintex.com. So tonight, as we mentioned, we've got 3A versus 4A, as the 3A D2 Wall Hawks have traveled to Gordonwood Stadium in Brownwood, Texas, to take on the 4A D1 Brownwood Lions. These two teams met last year in the regular season, the second game of the season, if I remember correctly, and Brownwood managed to pull out the victory at the very end of the game. It was a very tightly contested game, as the Wall Hawks had just started implementing their new spread-based offense, transitioning away from that triple option flex bone offense they had run for years, and so they were still getting their feet on the ground, as it were, and so Brownwood managed to pull out the victory. But this year, new day, new year, new experiences, and last week, a tale of two schools, as Wall opened up at home against the Mason Punchers, a game that you saw here on Concho Sports Network. The Hawks rolled up 409 yards in total offense while holding the Punchers to only 208 in a 48-7. Let's call it what it is. This is pretty much a behind kicking. And, of course, Mason's rebuilding this year, and they are 2A. But, Wall came out and did what they had to do. Landon York threw for 168 yards and 3 scores, while 4 different Hawk running backs found the end zone, highlighting the Wall offensive effort. Hagan Barbie opened the scoring by catching a 6-yard touchdown pass from York, capping an 8-play, 69-yard drive. And ultimately, as we said, the Hawks rolled up 408 yards. They rolled up 185 yards on the ground, 224 through the air. As you may have seen on the Wall Hawk Insider earlier this week, you can catch that every Tuesday night at 7 p.m., by the way. Just a little shameless plug there for the Wall Hawk Insider, brought to you by Texas Bank. But, so Coach Craig Slaughter was speaking and said that it was really good for them because they got to get a lot of guys game experience, and it was a good thing for them to do that. Now, transitioning to Brownwood in their first game of the season, quite the different story. So Brownwood has a new coach this year. Gerald Brixey takes over, and he is transitioning their offense from a spread-based offense to a more traditional pro-based I formation offense, and they struggled a little bit as they were shut down by the Wiley Bulldogs, held to just 72 yards of total offense in a 25-0 loss in Wiley at Hugh Sandifer Stadium. So some growing pains there for the Brownwood Lions. They, as I mentioned, their new I-formation-based scheme under first-year coach Gerald Brixey. Now, I went back and watched the game, the feed that they had online, and it's interesting because I was watching them implement this offense, and I noticed that the I formation as well. But then I figured out where Gerald Brixey came from, and he came from down at Katy Texas, just outside of Houston. And Katy has been known for running that pro-based I formation for years, and so he has spent a number of years in and out of Katy. So it does make sense that he implements that kind of an offense. But like I said, Brownwood struggling a little bit last week, so we'll see how they do this week as we're keep waiting for that camera feed to come through here on the Zentex Remodeling Group pregame show. But a couple of other notes to take away from last week for the Wall Hawks and last season as well. By now, if you don't know, you haven't watched Wall Hawk football, but the Hawks last year ran all the way to the semifinal round and actually had a lead on the eventual state champion Gunner in the third quarter before Gunner responded and won the game, and the next week went on to win the state championship. So this year, Coach Craig Slaughter and the team, they are calling it Revenge Tour 2025, and the only loss prior to that state semifinal game was in Wall to the same Brownwood Lions. So we were talking on the coach's show, and he said, "Yeah, this is another one of those Revenge Tour 2025 games. So we're going to see what we can do there." He said he texted me today. I reached out to him and said, "Hey, good luck. Good luck. Be safe. All that good stuff." And he texted me back and said the guys are pumped for tonight's game. So waiting to see when we get that camera feed, and we'll have the splash screen up during the game while we're waiting for that camera feed. So about 3 minutes to kickoff now, so we'll try to get that up and running for you. But if not, we beg your forgiveness as we are attempting to broadcast all the games this year, and the ones that are on the road will be broadcast remote since we don't have the funding to send a whole production crew on the road. We're going to stay here in the studio, as you can see us right here at the Concho Sports Network studios, and we will send our camera guy on the road to send us a feed. So waiting to see that come through. But for now, we're going to go ahead and take a break on the Zentex Remodeling Group pregame show. Remodel your bathroom in as little as 1 day with Zentex Remodeling Group. Visit Zentex.com for more information. We'll see you after the break.
On new, used, and refinance autos, we can save you money. First Community has great payment options and low prices for GAP, extended warranty, and credit life insurance, so we can make your payment fit your budget. So be smart, bank smart, and contact First Community for your auto financing needs.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
Save thousands during the summer sales drive going on now at Mitchell Buick GMC. Drive a new 2025 Buick Enclave and you can save $4,000. More huge savings. Get this rugged GMC Terrain for only $30,999. You can save $10,000 on a new 2025 Sierra. That's right, you can save $10,000 on this 2025 Sierra. Save thousands during the summer sales drive at Mitchell Buick GMC, your hometown dealer.
Friendship being
Damon Bell Photography and Drone Services for all your photo and video needs. Call 325-245-9663. Oh, and we also do sports. Call today.
At Schertz Landscape, we care about the quality of trees that you put in your landscape. Therefore, we grow our trees here locally in the Concho Valley. As a certified arborist, I not only care about the quality of your tree being planted, but I am also qualified as a tree risk assessor. I can evaluate the health of an older tree or the risk that it may have to you and your property. Come see us at Schertz Landscape, where we care about the quality of your trees.
Cotton farming in the Concho Valley, that's risky business. Specializing in crop insurance and serving local family farmers for over 15 years, Oasis Crop Insurance understands those risks firsthand. That's why year in and year out, from the first seed you plant to the last boll you harvest, Oasis Crop Insurance is your risk management partner.
Oasis Crop Insurance, service from paradise.
In Texas, driving trucks is woven into the fabric of our culture. At Mitchell Toyota, we know it as truck country, plain and simple. Built right here in Texas, Tundra is the truck for you. Get this new 2025 Tundra with 1.99% APR for 72 months, or save $5,000. This Tacoma is just $36,538 and 4.75% for 60 months. Mitchell Toyota, where we put the deal back in dealership.
San Angelo, it's time to invest in your home and protect your future. Olivas Restoration and Solar, your trusted partner in roofing, solar, insulation, and fencing. Call Olivas Restoration and Solar today for your free consultation.
At Texas Bank, we believe in the power of relationships. Our roots are our customers, the lifeblood of our business. We're more than just a bank. We're your trusted financial partner, committed to building lasting connections and providing personalized service that exceeds your expectations. From helping you achieve your financial goals to supporting you through life's changes, we're here for you every step of the way. Experience the difference of banking with people who truly care.
And welcome back to Wall Hawk Football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. And we have a live feed now from Gordon Wood Stadium, in Brownwood, Texas. And the Hawks have the ball inside the Lions' territory at the 28-yard line. We'll try to keep you updated here as we go and get you time and down and distance. It's 2nd down and 8, possibly 9. And York standing in the shotgun now, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, quick out to Reed Robertson, who avoids the tackle for a moment, but Lions, great tackle, wrap up, and Robertson's brought down at the 20-yard line. So we apologize, and we're going to try to give you some stat updates tonight, but as we've missed some of the first plays, some of the stats will be accurate from this moment forward, but the early plays, not so much. So, yeah, we're going to give you as much as we can. So now, on 3rd down and 2, York with 5 receivers, empty backfield, stands at the 25, puts the receiver in motion. Now he hands it off on a little outside zone give, and down to the 12, make it the 11-yard line, and that is an Oasis Crop Insurance first down, as the Hawks are now inside the Angelo MRI red zone. First down, Oasis Crop Insurance. Thanks to Oasis Crop Insurance for sponsoring the first downs tonight. Gordon Wood Stadium, as we go through the broadcast tonight, we'll give you a little more updates on Gordon Wood Stadium, why it is called Gordon Wood Stadium. Brownwood Lions have set a history of excellence as the snap comes back to York. He hands it off straight up the gut to Jagger Thompson, and Thompson brought down maybe a yard on the play. So 2nd down and 9 from the 10-yard line. And coming back in now is Reed Robertson. You can see him trotting in from the sideline, big number 1 there. So got some information on him. I saw his dad put some stuff out, and since it's on Facebook now, I guess it's official. And York with a back to his right. That's Jagger Thompson. He's going to go to the end zone with it up high. And touchdown, Wall Hawks. did not get that one on the call. Camera did not get over there quick enough, but it looks like that's Reed Robertson in the near corner of the end zone. 10-yard touchdown reception by Reed Robertson. Wall jumps out to a 6-0 lead. That is an Alpha Paving touchdown, and we'll see if we can get you somewhat of a Postal Annex instant replay here in just a moment. Hawks struggled a little bit last week in special teams, missed 2 extra points, so that was kind of an area of focus this week in practice. And now holding is number 11, Evan Bailey. And the snap back, the kick is up, and it is good. And the Wall Hawks jump out to a 7-0 advantage on the 10-yard touchdown pass from Landon York to Reed Robertson. We promised you a little spoiler on Reed Robertson. His dad posted this week that Robertson has been offered his first scholarship to UTPB over in Odessa, University of Texas, the Permian Basin. And I'm going to tell you something. That won't be the last scholarship that young man gets, or last scholarship offer. If you don't know Reed Robertson, you need to go look at his highlight reel from last year and this year. This young man can flat out play this game of football. And on that note, if you aren't looking at Landon York and you're a college looking for a talented quarterback, you need to come down to Wall America and check out Landon York. This young man never played in a spread offense before last year, and he absolutely lit up with 48 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions, I believe it was. The young man is an incredible, incredible talent. He'll definitely be getting some looks. So we getting set up for the Shirts Landscape Kickoff, and we want to thank you for watching the Zentex Remodeling Group pregame show. You can remodel your bathroom in as little as 1 day with Zentex Remodeling Group. Visit Zentex.com. And now the Shirts Landscape Kickoff, and it comes down at the 9-yard line. Returning it is number 2, Carson No. No gets up to the 20, 25. They're going to mark him at the 24, now make it the 23-yard line. Excuse me, 33-yard line. My old eyes can't see yard markers very well anymore. So grabbed at the 8, returned to the 33-yard line by number 2, Carson No. And that'll bring the Brownwood offense on the field. What I think is for the first time tonight. Obviously, we mentioned that we did not get the first few minutes of the game due to some camera issues. And the I formation, the new I formation set put in by Coach Brixey. And now the handoff is going to be straight up the middle and a quick 7 yards to the 40-yard line. Trying to see who that was on the carry. Who comes up off the bottom of that pile. That is number 16, Levi Pearson. Levi Pearson had 16 carries for 66 yards last week. One of the lone highlights for these Brownwood Lions against the Wiley Bulldogs. And so he lines up again as now the Lions get in a modified pistol set with a fullback to the left. And straight back is the quarterback. A little throw out here to the 43-yard line, make it the 42-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1. And 3rd and 1 for Brownwood is now they substitute liberally. And they don't run the up-tempo offense that a lot of schools run these days. They get in the huddle, do a full-fledged, full-blown huddle. And now, I believe that's Judson Colson at quarterback. No, actually, did I take that? Yep, that's Judson Colson at quarterback. And he hands it off once again. Trying to make sure I've got the right number. Is that Levi Pearson coming up? Levi Pearson. 1st down for the Lions. I believe, is there a penalty flag out there on the field? I believe I saw some yellow laundry right about the 39-yard line. And so now hold everything. And here's the referee. And he's pointing to the ground. And now we'll see what the call is. Personal foul. It's going to be a face mask on the Wall Hawk defense. That's going to be an Levis Roofing and Solar penalty. And that's going to mark off 15 more. And Brownwood gets a big break early on. Last week the Hawks stayed out of penalty trouble. Only had 2 penalties on the whole day. And already a big one here to set Brownwood up inside Hawk territory at the Wall 40-yard line. And now Colson gets in behind center. He's got Pearson behind him, single back set. And now the handoff to Pearson, and Pearson's going to be dragged down behind the line of scrimmage at the Hawk 42-yard line. So great defense there, trying to see who got in there on that tackle. And on the Postal Annex instant replay, that was number 48 on that tackle. Great play there by Dylan Sellers. Dylan Sellers had 5 tackles last week, got a tackle there as he drug down Pearson behind the line, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 13. And now just a straight give to Pearson, and he's going to be rode to the ground by number 52 by the Wall Hawks. Ben Taylor, the senior defensive end, brings down Pearson after about a 3-yard pickup. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. So after all that, right back to where we started at the Hawk 40-yard line after the Oasis Crop Insurance first down. And now straight I formation with twins to the far side of the field. Colson takes the snap, and here comes the Hawk defense. My, oh my, they were in there like right now. I believe that was number 13. Is that number 13 on the tackle? Is that Jacob Braden, the senior linebacker? Postal Annex instant replay. You could see the Hawks just shot through there and just absolutely slammed Pearson to the ground back at the 44-yard line. So a 4-yard loss, and now on 4th down, the Lions lining up in maybe a pooch punt formation as late onto the field is number 7. Jagger Thompson comes running on the field. But you got Colson lined up in a shotgun formation trying to see if he's going to punt it, drop it, and then punt it. The Hawks are all up on that line of scrimmage. Yep, there's the punt coming. Didn't see the punter in the picture, and now that's going to come down. It's going to roll dead at the 18-yard line. So punt, and now there's a flag on the play, so hold everything. Another Olivas Roofing and Solar penalty. Just underway here in the about midway through the first quarter from Gordonwood Stadium in Brownwood, Texas. The Wall Hawks out of 3A D2 playing the Brownwood Lions out of 4A D1. Hawks leading 7-0. And they're going to pick that flag up. And the penalty was illegal, actually offsetting penalties. Didn't see what the call was on Brownwood, but the call on Wall was illegal. It looked like illegal substitution on Wall, bringing in that sub just a little bit late. I believe that was Jagger Thompson came running off the sideline. A little too late, perhaps. So now, no harm, no foul. We're going to snap it again from the 44. Brownwood still in punt formation. And bringing in now Caven Webster comes running in, the senior defensive back, into the special teams alignment here as Brownwood snaps it back. And there goes the punt. And yet another great punt. This one even better than the last one. It's going to roll inside or be killed at the 5-yard line. So an exceptional punt by the Lions special teams right there. And now the Hawks lose about 18 yards and in field position on that punt as it's killed at the 5-yard line. And they will scrimmage from that aforementioned 5-yard line. And once again, the Hawks will scrimmage with 4 wide receivers. Actually, make that 3 wide receivers and H-back. And it looks like Brady Neal in the backfield with Landon York. York takes the snap, simply gives it to Brady Neal, and Neal's going to be hit and thrown down for a yard loss. Be marked at, actually, they're going to give him the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the play for number 6, Brady Neal. Neal with 10 carries and 58 yards last week in that game against the Mason Punchers. And did have a rushing touchdown as well. So now 2nd down and 10 for the Hawks as they scrimmage from their own 5-yard line. This is one of those areas you got to be careful in. You don't want to give Brownwood any kind of momentum as York retreats into his end zone. He's going to get it out there. Oh, what a hit and what a takedown. That's number 1 on the Brownwood defense, Sir Beam. He absolutely leveled number 3, trying to figure out who that. I believe that was number 3 on the catch, the Postal Annex instant replay. That was Bryson McFarden on the catch, and Bryson just upended by Beam out there at the 7-yard line. So 2-yard gain for the Hawks, and they now face a 3rd down and 8. We don't have access to the clock as of yet, so we don't know what's the time left in the first quarter. And now man in motion, just a little tunnel screen out to the near side. And that's going to be caught for an Oasis Crop Insurance first down, catch and run up to the 20-yard line. Number 23 yet again doing Hagen Barbie things as he catches that one and brings it out. You can see here on the Postal Annex instant replay as number 0 came in motion right there for the Hawks, Kyler O'Neal, and that little tunnel screen to Hagen Barbie, and he just cut it up inside and took it to the 20-yard line for an Oasis Crop Insurance first down. And so the Hawks now getting out of their own end of the field, out of the danger zone as it were. Now York rolls to the near side and throws it out once again to Hagen Barbie, and he's going to be taken out at the 25-yard line. So Hagen Barbie, number 23, making catches all over the field now as he comes to the near side on a tunnel screen, far side on a little out route, and now 2nd down. Trying to see 2nd down and 5, maybe 6 for the Hawks. As Brownwood trying to get used to that spread formation, obviously having played the Hawks in years past prior to last year, used to that triple option, flex bone style offense, now facing spread them out and throw it all over the field. And York just turns and gives it right up the middle, and that's going to be another Oasis Crop Insurance first down to the 31-yard line, and that's going to be number 6 yet again, Brady Neal. One thing that Coach Brixey for Brownwood mentioned, read an interview with you, or read some quotes from him. He said Wall will have probably the most athletic receivers that Brownwood will face early on in the season. He said they probably have the most athletic receivers in 3A. He said they're just dangerous all across the field. And so now 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line for Wall. York gets the snap, gives it one more time to number 6, Brady Neal. He's going to pick up 2, maybe 3 yards. See where they mark it down at. They're marking it at the 32-yard line. And so 32-yard line for Wall as they will face a 2nd down now. We'll give you some other updates as we go throughout the night, as big night of action across the Concho Valley with all your Concho Valley favorites here on Concho Sports Network. We're glad you tuned in for the Wall Hawks and Brownwood Lion broadcast, and now just a fake and a throw, and nice play out there by the Lions, number 20. That is Nick Rodriguez, the junior defensive back, as that pass came down to, trying to see who that was out there on the catch. Was that Reed Robertson on that catch?
They've got me in the visitor
Nope.
box, and the thing shakes like
that looks like that was Evan Bailey on the catch, and he comes off the field holding his helmet now as we tick under 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. It looks like we're just going to let the clock run out here. 5, 4, and that's going to do it in the first quarter from Gordonwood Stadium in Brownwood, Texas. You're watching Wall Hawk football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union.
Check out why First Community Federal Credit Union is the #1 local auto lender in the Concho Valley.
With great low rates on new, used, and refinance autos, we can save you money. First Community has great payment options and low prices for GAP, extended warranty, and credit life insurance, so we can make your payment fit your budget. So be smart, bank smart, and contact First Community for your auto financing needs.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
And welcome back to Wallhawks Football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. Hey fans, check out why First Community is the #1 local auto lender with great rates on new, used, or refinance autos and a variety of payment options. They can help make your payment fit your budget. So be smart and bank smart. Apply online at 1cfcu.org or give them a call at 325-653-1465. Rates and terms based on approved credit. So the Hawks now facing a 3rd down and 12 at the 29-yard line. York with Brady Neal in the backfield and bunch to the left, bunch to the right. And York retreats, looking downfield. Here comes the pass rush. York now straight up the gut. He throws it. Oh, and it's in and out of the hands of number 2, Kellen Oliver. He had Oliver open in the middle of the field right at about the 40-yard line. Would have been enough for a first down potentially, but it went just a bit high, and Kellen Oliver went up to try to get it and was unable to come down with it. So that'll bring up a 4th down and 12, and the Hawks will punt it away now. I believe that's, I'm trying to see who that is. Is that Tyler Kleinsmith in there punting for the Hawks, or is that Levi King? Is that 16 or 18, trying to get it off the feed here? I believe that we'll get it here in a minute. Yep, that's Levi King, number 16, punting for the Hawks. And that's going to be a nice kick, and it's going to roll out of bounds down at the Brownwood 19-yard line. So the Lions will take over on the 19-yard line. We want to remind you at home viewers, follow CSN, otherwise known as Concho Sports Network, on social media. You can find us on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter. And why we're still saying that, I have no idea, because it's been X for quite some time now. But here we are. Instagram, YouTube, at Concho Sports. You can find us using the at Concho Sports on any of those platforms. You can also watch us on our Roku and Fire TV apps. Hopefully, my wife's at home listening to the melodious tones of her wonderful husband on the Roku app that we use to watch this. But if not, well, here we are. Brownwood now will scrimmage, and rolling out is Colson. He tosses it to the near side. On the catch, Robbie Robinson, and he is knocked down at the 30-yard line. So that's an 11-yard pickup for number 22, Robbie Robinson. And that's an Oasis Crop Insurance first down as Brownwood now, that's at the 31. And you can see it on the Postal Annex instant replay. Number 16, it looks like the punter, again, Levi King, also playing cornerback, was in on that tackle. So now a pistol set for the Lions as Colson waits for the snap. And it's a high snap, and he catches it one-handed and just hands it off up the middle. And again, that's number 16, Levi Pearson. Big gain to the 40-yard line. And that's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down, as the Lions will snap it. 10:50 and counting here in the second quarter. Second down, 1 to go. Hope you are getting a good feed at home, and we appreciate you tuning in if you were not able to travel to Brownwood and catch this one. Or if you're watching us from Brownwood or somewhere and you're a Brownwood fan, and that handoff to Robinson again, and he's going to pick up an Oasis Crop Insurance first down as he's going to be tackled at the Lions' 45-yard line. Levi Pearson, not Robinson. Forgive me. It's Levi Pearson. That's on me. Postal Annex instant replay. You can see that hard running by Pearson, and he just would not go down until he picked up that first down. So 1st and 10 for the Lions at their own 45-yard line. So a lot of action here in this first quarter and a third. And now Colson takes the snap, hands it on a little off-tackle play, and that was number 10 in on the tackle there. Gavin Sisson came flying in and was able to bring down Levi there. As you can see here on the Postal Annex instant replay. It almost looked like a face mask there on Pearson, but I guess he had him by the shoulder pad of the jersey. Gavin Sisson, that's a strong man out there playing football right there. So now 2nd down and 12. And the handoff. And, in on the stop. Trying to get that number. It's hard to see from the studio here, but that was a nice tackle by number 15. Is that Slayton Hallmark out there? Trying to see who that was on that tackle. And now it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 14 from the Brownwood 41-yard line.
Okay.
And always throws me back to football in the 70s and 80s as I watch the Lions actually line up in an actual huddle. You so seldom see that anymore. 3rd and 14 for Brownwood now as they line up in a traditional shotgun formation. And the snap back to Colson. Here comes the Hawk blitz. And the pass, he had an open receiver. He had number 7, Raven Prado, out there. I believe that was number 7. And it went in and out of his hands. Shade of C.D. Lamb last night. You're welcome for that throwback, and I am still heartbroken over that loss last night. To go into Philadelphia and have my Cowboys knock off the defending champs would have just been chef's kiss sweet. Unfortunately, it did not happen. But thankfully, it wasn't because they didn't have a defensive playmaker on the ball. But that's okay. We'll just move on from that. We're not going to talk about that. And now the punt by the Brownwood Lions. It's going to be hit at the 30 and roll out of bounds. See where they mark it at. They're going to mark it at the Wall Hawk 27-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Hawks from their own 27. So the Hawks gave up a couple of first downs on that drive to Brownwood, but then a couple of really nice defensive stops were able to limit the damage and force the Lions into a punt. And now the Hawks will come back out and scrimmage from their own 27-yard line. Hey, football fans, we want to let you know if you're in the market for a new car or truck, go see the folks at Mitchell Automotive Group. That's Mitchell Toyota on Knickerbocker Road and Mitchell Buick GMC on Sherwood Way. And now 1st and 10 on the 27 for Wall. York, Brady Neal in the backfield. And now a little swing pass and brought down at they're going to mark him at the 29-yard line, I believe it is, Brady Neal on the reception. Actually, they mark him at the 30, excuse me. Trying to Adam doing the stats for us over here. I know I'm probably confusing him all kinds of craziness, but yes, marked at the 30, Adam. You may hear Adam down the road as he gets his feet wet here in sports broadcasting. We may just throw him to the Wolves and put him on the air. 2nd down and 7 for the Hawks from their own 30-yard line. York, 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. He takes the snap and once again just gives it straight up the gut to Brady Neal. Breaks it 35, 38-yard line, and that's going to be an Oasis Crop Insurance 1st down. Postal Annex instant replay, just a simple inside give. Neal just absolutely took it and just made one move and got north-south. That's what I really love about Brady Neal is he gets north-south. He doesn't spend a lot of time dancing in the hole going east-west. He hits that hole and he's gone. And so now pistol set for the Hawks as they have a 1st and 10 on the 38, and now a give to number 7, Jagger Thompson, and Thompson's going to be brought down, marked at the 40-yard line, 2-yard gain. So the Hawks have a lot of offensive weapons. They can roll in and out of this offense as Dylan Sellers was in for that play and trots off the field now. Sellers on the offensive side of the ball. I was trying to figure out, I believe that they put him in there in an H-back formation. So now York with 1 to the far side. That's Ree Robertson, or excuse me, trying to see who that is on the far side. 2 to the near side. The snap, the fake, and now going deep. And in the middle of the field, that's number 3 down the sideline. And stepping out of bounds is Bryson McFarden. McFarden, who had that drop a couple of drives ago, redeems himself. You can see here on the Postal Annex instant replay, McFarden just ran, kind of a deep post route, got open about the 43-yard line, went up, got it, and then stepped out of bounds at the 31-yard line for the Oasis Crop Insurance first down. So the Hawks will scrimmage from the Brownwood Lion 31-yard line. So the Hawks picking right up where they left off last week, moving the ball almost at will as York takes the snap, looks, dances, bounces off his offensive lineman, comes down the field to number 23 again. That is Hagan Barbie. Hagan Barbie with a big game so far here in the first half. Postal Annex instant replay. You can see York just a simple little fake give to Jagger Thompson, and then looks, bounces off his offensive lineman, and then comes down there. Barbie catches at the 20. He's run out of bounds right there at the 20-yard line. And so 1st and 10 as just inside the Angelo MRI red zone are the Wall Hawks. And now yet another give up the gut. And that's, again, Brady Neal. Brady Neal gets down to the 14-yard line, moving again into the Angelo MRI red zone. So far the Hawks looking good out here offensively. And now Brownwood Lion down on the field. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching Wall Hawks football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union.
Save thousands during the summer sales drive going on now at Mitchell Buick GMC. Drive a new 2025 Buick Enclave and you could save $4,000. More huge savings. Get this rugged GMC Terrain for only $30,999. You can save $10,000 on a new 2025 Sierra. That's right, you can save $10,000 on this 2025 Sierra. Save thousands during the summer sales drive at Mitchell Buick GMC, your hometown dealer.
And welcome back to Wall Hawk football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. I noticed I'm slurring a lot of my words. I need to enunciate more often. I'm just, it's yeah, straight Dr. Pepper Zero. There is nothing else in that cup. I assure you of that. Angelo MRI red zone for the Wall Hawks as they will snap it from the 14-yard line of Brownwood. The Hawks leading 7-0 with 6:12 left here in the second quarter. Trying to keep you updated on the
This stuff's pretty nice.
Down distance and time, since it's not always clear from the feed. York takes the snap, and he fakes the handoff, comes to the far side, down the corner end zone. Reed Robertson goes up. Touchdown, Wall Hawks. My, oh my, Reed Robertson doing Reed Robertson things on the Alpha Paving touchdown. That young man, I'm telling you, you could put 17 guys on him and throw him a fade down there in the corner of the end zone, and that dude would go up and get it. 14-yard touchdown pass, Landon York to Reed Robertson, and the Hawks leading 13-0. And now Tyler Kleinsmith on for the extra point, number 18 on that Hawks roster. And the snap back, the kick is up, and the kick is
right up over the top.
Good.
Nice.
And so that is an Alpha Paving touchdown. Maybe we can pull it up on the Postal Annex instant replay here in just a moment to show you Reed Robertson was covered. There on the Postal Annex instant replay. You can see he just runs a go route into a modified fade. That safety did not get back there in coverage in time, and Robertson just out-jumped him for the football because he was not open. And immediately Brownwood's favorite defense was the incomplete sign, and the two refs went, hands went up. They didn't cross. They went up. Touchdown, Wall Hawks. And now we get ready for the Schertz Landscape Company kickoff. So Wall now leading 4A D1 Brownwood 14-0 as we have 5:58 left here in the second quarter. This has been a fun game so far. A little bit of a hiccup to start as we didn't quite get all of the camera angles working. Had some technical difficulties between us and Brownwood, but here we are bringing you this live broadcast from the Concho Sports Network studio as the Hawks on the road at Gordon Wood Stadium in Brownwood, Texas. And if you don't know who Gordon Wood is, I'm sorry. Gordon Wood is a Texas high school football legend. Coached Brownwood to many, many games of glory, 7 state championships, and now that kickoff comes down to the 16-yard line. Returned by Caven Webster, and he's brought down at the, we're seeing where the market, I believe it's going to be, is it the 31-yard line? And now it looks like, was there a flag on the play? And so now, nope, they're just discussing where
there's not one on the field.
That's discussing where the ball is going to be placed down at. Looks like it is going to be on the 31-yard line.
On the play to the right.
Actually, offside on the kickoff, and it looks like Brownwood's going to get an extra 5 yards. That is an Olivas Roofing and Solar penalty. So it's going to be an extra 5 yards added to the end of the run for Brownwood, and they will scrimmage from their own 36-yard line, trailing 14-0. Brownwood, 3 or 4 first downs on the day, and that's pretty much been the extent of their offensive production, lining up in that traditional pro set I formation. And now the pitch, and the Wall Hawks are all over it as Levi Pearson is stopped for, they're going to give him no gain on the play. Trying to see where they mark it. Yep, they're going to mark it back at the 36-yard line, so no gain officially on the play. And these Wall Hawks are doing a great job stuffing this run. Now, here's the concern. At some point, Colson is going to fake that dive play or that off-tackle play. He's going to pull it, and then they're going to run one of those wideouts down that sideline or down the rail, and Colson's going to try to hit him in stride. So the Hawks need to keep their heads on a swivel and play defense on the back end. And so far they have. Is now one back in the backfield, and Colson fakes it, rolls to the near side, and just a little toss to number 22, Robbie Robinson. And Robinson's going to be brought down at the 39-yard line. Postal Annex instant replay. And just like that, Colson fakes the off tackle, comes to the near side. He was being chased down by Caden McFarden, and he completes that for about 3 yards. So 3rd down and 7 from the 39-yard line of Brownwood. It's interesting doing a production from the studio with people in the same room. Anyway, 3rd down and 7, and now the snap, a quick swing pass out to the far side. That is Connor Cornelius on the catch, the junior. Stopped after maybe a yard pickup, maybe 2 yards, and so it'll be 4th down and 5 from the Brownwood 41-yard line, and they'll trot the punt team on. So the Hawks, after an initial first down, actually, no, they did not pick up a first down, so it is a 3-and-out for the Wall Hawk defense as the Lions put their punt team on the field. 4th and 5, 4:17 and counting here in the second quarter. The punt is going to come down at the 30. It's going to roll inside the 20. Great roll for Brownwood there. It's going to roll dead at the 14-yard line of Wall. So what looked like a mediocre punt to begin with rolls dead at the Wall Hawk 14-yard line, and that's going to be 1st and 10 for the Hawks from their own 14. So interesting games. Can give you a couple of quick updates. Over in Snyder, Texas tonight, the Lakeview Chiefs in the first half putting it on the Snyder Tigers, leading 21-0. Way to go, Lakeview. Lakeview showing up and showing out tonight. And so Hawks, 4 receivers, and now a reverse, and now a double reverse. Oh, that's not going anywhere. Now, Brownwood's got him pinned up, and now breaking a tackle or two. And that's the funnest 2-yard gain you'll ever see out of Evan Bailey as he was coming around. You can see it here on the Postal Annex instant replay. It was a give to number 23, on the play. Hagan Barbie, who tossed it to Evan Bailey, who looked like he was going to be brought down for a huge loss, but managed to escape to the 16-yard line. So on the stat sheet, it will be 2 yards, but in reality, it's more like 20, 25 yards of running there by Bailey. And so now just a simple give, and Brownwood is all over that one. And that's going to be Brady Neal again. Be no gain on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. Once again, want to let you know it's Concho Sports Network studio remote broadcasting. I'm Russ. Got Adam here tracking stats, and, of course, Damon Bell back there making the comments, producing the broadcast tonight. And then we've got Zach on the road running camera for us, so thank you, Zach, and thank you all. 3rd and 7, 17-yard line for the Hawks. And York gets the snap and just a simple give to Brady Neal. Brady Neal being chased to the outside, and Brady Neal is going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage. No gain. That's going to bring up a 4th down for the Wall Hawks. And it looks like Lakeview has just scored again and now leads Snyder 27-0. Man, Lakeview looking good this year.
What did I tell you?
Damon Bell, a proud graduate, 1883 from Lakeview High School. Been waiting that long for a winning football season. I kid. That was a shot at Damon Bell, not at anybody else, I assure you. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning / 2-minute timeout, a new iteration here in Texas high school football. We'll take a break. You're watching Wall Hawks football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union.
See friendship being
Damon Bell Photography and Drone Services for all your photo and video needs. Call 325-245-9663. Oh, and we also do sports. Call today.
And welcome back to Wall Hawk Football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. And it looks like Levi King is on to punt for the Hawks. That's blocked. Brownwood is going to get on it as it rolls out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Brownwood with a huge play, and that's what the Lions needed. My, oh my. Trailing 14-0. Wall dominating, and here on the Postal Annex Instant Replay, Brownwood brings the punt rush and absolutely takes that right off Levi King's foot. That's number 7, Raven Prado, the defensive back. The senior comes in, blocks it, and it rolls out of bounds inside the Angelo MRI red zone, and the Brownwood Lions with a huge opportunity as they will scrimmage from Wall's 1-yard line now. 1:53 to go here in the first half. Brownwood with a huge break. And now they'll come out in a tight formation. 2 backs. They've got Pearson, the deep back, and Colson behind center. He takes the snap. He just gives it straight up to Pearson. Pearson is going to be brought down at the 1-yard line. No gain. So the Hawks with a big stop. Judson Colson, the QB, just gave it on a simple dive play to Levi Pearson, and Pearson was stopped, and now we've got a flag. False start on the Lions. Oh, no. Brownwood now shooting themselves in the foot, had 1st and goal at the 1, and now 1st and goal at the 6, and so that kind of limits a little bit. 1:50 left here in the first half. And so now a full house backfield behind Colson as he takes the snap and gives it to the deep back again. Nope, fake. End zone touch. Nope, incomplete. It hit the ground. Who is that down there? Trying to see who that was. That's number 13, Durham Brown. That's that play I told you on the Postal Annex Instant Replay. You can see that's that play action fake. They've been setting that up all night. Perfect opportunity. And number 13, Durham Brown, wide open, and it just hits the ground. We can't see it from here, but the ref down there in the far corner was right there and immediately incomplete and started hitting the ground with his hand. Durham Brown was trying to sell it, but the ref wasn't having none of it. So now, 2nd and goal from the 6. Colson puts the fullback in motion, toss play to Pearson, and he's brought down, Levi Pearson brought down at the, see where they mark, is that the 4-yard line? Marking it at the 4-yard line, so 3rd down and goal now. Woo, this is getting good. This Wall Hawk defense is stepping up right now. Can they hold them here on 3rd down and goal from the 4? Inside the Angelo MRI red zone are the Brownwood Lions. Mentioned the Lions took the early season loss last week to the 5A Wiley Bulldogs. And now the Hawks trying to get set defensively. Colson takes the snap. He's going to fake that handoff, roll to the far side, rolling, throw back inside. Oh, deflected. And it looked like number 7, Jagger Thompson, may have had a shot at that interception, but it was knocked away. Here on the Postal Instant Replay, you can see Colson once again does that great play action fake and rolling to the far side, rolling, throwing it for number 22, Robbie Robinson again. It was deflected. And so Brownwood is going to line up for a field goal. It's going to be a 22-yard field goal. Number 17, Iliuth Valenciano, the kicker. And if I pronounce that name incorrectly, please forgive me, I beg of thee. 4th down and 4, and now a penalty, an Olivas Roofing and Solar penalty on the Lions. Believe, was that illegal substitution? I missed the signal from the referee, but now it's going to be a 26-yard field goal. And the snap back, placed down, kick up, and it is good. And so Brownwood breaks the stalemate, breaks the goose egg, and puts 3 on the board with 53 seconds left here in the first half. So Brownwood, after that blocked punt, gets it at the 1-yard line. The Wall Hawks, you've got to say, this is a victory for them as they held Brownwood to just that field goal. When you scrimmage 1st and goal at the 1-yard line and you get out of it with only a field goal, you've done something good. And so the Hawks, now the defense rises up and says, not so fast, my friends. Shout out to Lee Corso, who is retired. May he have great years in retirement. And now you can see on your screen the Wall Hawk Band getting ready to come on the field and do their show. And stellar show. I've seen it last week there in Wall America at Hawk Stadium on Clayton Wysoon Field. And so now the Shirts Landscape kickoff coming by Brownwood from their 40-yard line. And at halftime, before we come back from the halftime break, we'll give you some updated stats. As good as we've got right now, we'll give you what we've got. Of course, we missed, I think, the first drive of the game, so your mileage may vary. But we'll try to give it to you as quick as possible. Adam doing his best to keep up with everything over here and my rambling on. And so now the Shirts Landscape kickoff, is going to come down at the 5, 10, 15, 20. And right there, Brownwood said at the 21, this is all you get. You shall not pass the 21-yard line. And so the Wall Hawks will take over the Oasis Crop Insurance first down. I'm glad somebody got that reference.
Does that make Wall Gandalf the White?
And 47 seconds left for the Wall Hawks. We'll see, do they push this down the field or do they just put it in their hip pocket and run the clock out? Knowing Coach Craig Slaughter, I'm thinking they're probably going to push this down the field as they've got trips to the far side of the field. York with a running back to his left and York retreats, little screen pass, number 23 coming upfield, 30. And he breaks a tackle, 35, 40, 45, 50. He's loose, 40, 35, 30, 20, 15. Pushed out at the 14-yard line. I believe, is that Hagan Barbie on that catch and run? Hagan Barbie, big gain. Hagan Barbie, a little swing pass. He got out there. And Hagan Barbie, when you get him in the open field, as you can see here on the Postal Annex instant replay, he breaks them tackles. He gets space. You ain't catching him. And he just got hemmed into the sideline. Otherwise, he scores. And you can see number 13, Jacob Braden, down there on the sideline with his helmet in the air, rooting on Hagan Barbie as he's brought down at the 15-yard line. So the Hawks with inside the Angelo MRI red zone, and York retreats, end zone, touchdown, Wall Hawks. Pass to number 2, Kellen Oliver. My, oh my. Wow, 17 seconds, 18 seconds, and the Hawks move 74 yards for the touchdown. Good Lord Almighty. I guess that just goes to show what little I know, saying is Craig Slaughter going to push it downfield. What do I know? Alpha Paving touchdown and the extra point forthcoming. Wow, wow, oh wow. Tyler Kleinsmith on the field now for the extra point. And the kick is up, and it is good. And the Hawks now 21-3 over the Brownwood Lions. My, oh my. This game is awesome. I love this game of football that we play. York, you can see on the Alpha Paving the Postal Annex instant replay rolls out. He had Kellen Oliver down there in the end zone along the back line running just a little corner route almost, and he brings it in for the touchdown. My, oh my. Again, want to remind you folks, follow us on social media, Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube. Just search for us at Concho Sports. You can also find us on our Roku and Fire TV apps. Download it, install it, watch it in lovely full-screen, high definition. If you can't get to the game where your Wall Hawks are playing, you can watch it at home, watch it on your phone, watch it on your iPad, watch it on your MacBook. If you're unfortunate enough to own an Android, you can watch it on your Android. That was not a shot at Android owners. That was a shot at my good friend Damon Bell back here. Yes, sirree. Anyway, 31 seconds left here in the first half for Wall as they line up to kick it. Tyler Kleinsmith's just going to pooch that one way high in the air. Fair catch. Now it's dropped and fallen on. Yeah, at the 29-yard line is Brownwood, and that was the Shirts Landscape kickoff. Want to thank everyone that is tuning in. Thank you for watching us tonight. We do apologize for the first few minutes of the game, working some kinks out here in the production area as well as at the stadium, so we thank you for tuning in. This contest from Gordon Wood Stadium in Brownwood, Texas. And now the Brownwood Lions line up in the traditional I formation, and Colson drops straight back to pass, and now he's going to scramble out, and catching him from behind, that is trying to get that number, is that number 49? Trying to see who that is down there. 48, Dylan Sellers. Going to see if they credit him with the sack on that one as he tracked down Colson behind the line of scrimmage. And now 8 seconds left, as you saw that on the Postal Annex instant replay. And the Brownwood Lions has said, that's it, we're going to go to half. And so that's going to do it from Gordon Wood Stadium for the first half here. You're watching the Wall Hawks. We'll be back. We'll let you watch some of the halftime festivities, and we'll come back shortly before halftime's over, recap some things, give you some stats. You're watching Wall Hawk football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union.
At Shirts Landscape, we care about the quality of trees that you put in your landscape. Therefore, we grow our trees here locally in the Concho Valley. As a certified arborist, I not only care about the quality of your tree being planted, but I am also qualified as a tree risk assessor. I can evaluate the health of an older tree or the risk that it may have to you and your property. Come see us at Shirts Landscape, where we care about the quality of your trees.
Cotton farming in the Concho Valley, that's risky business. Specializing in crop insurance and serving local family farmers for over 15 years, Oasis Crop Insurance understands those risks firsthand. That's why year in and year out, from the first seed you plant to the last boll you harvest, Oasis Crop Insurance is your risk management partner.
Oasis Crop Insurance, service from paradise.
In Texas, driving trucks is woven into the fabric of our culture. At Mitchell Toyota, we know it as truck country, plain and simple. Built right here in Texas, Tundra is the truck for you. Get this new 2025 Tundra with 1.99% APR for 72 months, or save $5,000. This Tacoma is just $36,538 and 4.75% for 60 months. Mitchell Toyota, where we put the deal back in dealership.
San Angelo, it's time to invest in your home and protect your future. Olivas Restoration and Solar, your trusted partner in roofing, solar, insulation, and fencing. Call Olivas Restoration and Solar today for your free consultation.
At Texas Bank, we believe in the power of relationships. Our roots are our customers, the lifeblood of our business. We're more than just a bank. We're your trusted financial partner, committed to building lasting connections and providing personalized service that exceeds your expectations. From helping you achieve your financial goals to supporting you through life's changes, we're here for you every step of the way. Experience the difference of banking with people who truly care.
169 yards, 3 touchdowns. Lord, this kid's amazing. And then receiving, what we got? Receiving, we got Oliver. 1 for 50.
Okay, as a heads up, the concession stand, so if we need a whole ads back, let me know.
Okay, yeah, I think we'll be fine, unless a riot breaks out.
Which I'd be excited to see that. That'd be cool. We have to go live on that one.
Riot breaks out, that might be in the crowd.
Don't get stabbed.
All right.
You want Brownwood or just Wall?
No, let's do Brownwood too. Yeah, we should be fair.
I mean, it's not looking good for them, but.
Well, we'll give them something. We'll give them something. All right, Brownwood. Is that 12? 12 carries. Good Lord, man.
I know.
Wall is shutting him down, and then Colson is 4 of 8.
He got sacked back before you as well. I don't know if you want to.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll bring that Colson 4 of 8. 19 yards, 19 touchdowns. Hello, McFly, you idiot. Colson in the receiving.
Yeah, I didn't get the number 22's name.
That's Robbie Robinson.
He's 3 for 17.
Okay. Good job on that, man. You're doing awesome.
Thank you.
I love this Robinson. 3 for 17. Okay. And then you said 48.
48 for Wall.
Has a sack. Deal with sack. Okay. Thank you, sir. After we come back from halftime, we'll throw some of that out there.
Yeah, not to diss on my own team, TLCA, but Wall is a whole lot more fun to watch.
Yeah. And welcome back inside the Concho Sports Network studio. Welcome back to Wall Hawks football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. Hey, football fans, would you like to watch Concho Sports Network games live on your big screen TV? All you have to do is install the CSN, Roku, or Amazon Fire TV app. You can install them now on either device just by searching Concho Sports, on Roku and Fire TV. We invite you to check it out to get the best viewing experience. So here from the studio in San Angelo, calling the game live in Brownwood. Want to give you a couple of quick updates as far as stats go, and understand these are very, 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 very unofficial as we missed part of the first quarter due to some technical issues. So far for the Hawks, Neal, 7 carries, 26 yards. O'Neal, 12 yards on the ground. Landon York, 12 of 13, 169 yards and 3 touchdowns. Receiving, Hagan Barbie, 4 catches, 92 yards, including that huge 50-plus yard reception towards the end of the first half there. And then Robertson, doing Reed Robertson things, 3 catches, 31 yards, a couple of touchdowns. And Bryson McFarden, 2 catches, 31 yards. For the Brownwood Lions, on the ground, Pearson, 12 carries, 17 yards. The Hawks have shut him down pretty much. And then Judson Colson, only 4 of 8 for 19 yards through the air. And Robinson, 3 catches, 17 yards. So the Wall Hawks have come out here. Now remember, Wall is 3A D2, Brownwood is 4A D1, and Wall has come out here and dominated this Brownwood Lions team 21-3. But, of course, this game is far from over. We still got 48 minutes to play here. 24 minutes to play. I'm already starting the game over again. We got 24 minutes of game time left, and we'll see what can the Brownwood Lions do. Because, as you know, if you've ever watched football, as you can see the Wall Hawks coming out of the tunnel now onto the field, you know that halftime adjustments are absolutely key in football. So we'll see how these two teams make adjustments. And I reference pro football again. Last night in the first half, it was like no one, with the Cowboys and Eagles, nobody could play defense. They were up and down the field. And then the second half comes, and there's 3 points scored in the second half. Now, I get it. There was a weather delay, so I get that. But still, it's like both defensive coordinators went into the locker room and said, none of y'all getting paid if y'all don't stop this nonsense. And, of course, they came out in the second half, and both defenses looked really good in that second half. So, anyway, here from Gordon Wood Stadium in Brownwood, Texas, getting ready to get this second half underway in another minute and 40-something seconds. But just we were touching earlier on the history of Brownwood football and what they've done. They've won 7 state championships. They've been in 8 state championship games. They've won 26 district championships. The most recent was in 2023. And they've had 52 playoff appearances over the years. So their main glory days were in the 60s and the 70s when the Lions reached 8 state title games, won 7 championships. Of course, if you go and Google Larry Elkins, he came out of Brownwood. He was a star at Baylor. And then also, funny thing about Larry Elkins, he was drafted in the NFL ahead of Joe Namath, Dick Butkus, and Gale Sayers. So that says something about his talent in college. And then, of course, the legendary Gordon Wood. In 1965, he led Brownwood to a perfect 14-0 record. They scored 305 points, gave up only 43. That's just over 3 points per game. That's a field goal per game. So Gordon Wood has definitely set that standard in Brownwood and in Texas high school football. So as we get ready for the Schertz Landscape second half kickoff here, as Tyler Kleinsmith gets ready, pooches it in the air down to the 26-yard line, picked up there by the Lions, and at the 34, the returner is stopped right there, and so that will bring up a 1st and 10 for the Lions on their own. See if they marked that on the 34. Nope, they're going to give them the 35 on the return. Ball placed down there, and that's where Brownwood will scrimmage from here as we begin the second half. And Brownwood comes out with a single back set, 2 receivers to the near side, and now 1 in motion back into the formation. And now the give to Pearson, and Pearson's going to pick up a nice little gain across the 40-yard line. See where they mark him down. They mark him down at the 41. Trying to see where that comes down at. Brownwood at their own 42-yard line now. So Brownwood takes the snap and gives right up the gut to the 45. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 45-yard line, just shy of the first down. It's going to be 3rd down and maybe a yard to go now for the Lions. We are experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties. Please bear with us as we try to fix it for the moment here.
I turned something off apparently. But I mean, the broadcast is still working.
And now Brownwood takes the snap. Apologize for the technical difficulties. It looks like it's an interception by Wall. Wall returning the ball back across the Brownwood 30-yard line. Number 16 on the pick. That is Levi King. Intercepted that one. If you can't see it, we apologize. We'll try to call it here. And that's Levi King picked that one. Crossed midfield. You can see on the Alpha Paving instant replay, the Postal Annex instant replay. And now Wall takes over at the Brownwood 31-yard line. Yep, and there we go. And we're back. So the Brownwood 33-yard line for Wall. And York takes the snap, pitches it to, number 7, pitches it back to Jagger Thompson. And Jagger Thompson now and now there's a Brownwood Lion down on the field. Looks like he might be suffering some cramps, and so an injury timeout now for the Lions. And now the Hawks from the Lion 33-yard line. 2nd down. York with 2 backs, 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Barbie to his left, Thompson to his right. Now Landon York drops straight back. And that one's going to be picked off by the Lions coming back up the field, 30, 35, 40. And brought down at the 45-yard line. That was number 6, Caven Webster, was able to pick that one on the Postal Annex instant replay. You could see York. And now and we apologize. We're having some serious technical difficulties right now. We're trying to work it out, but just bear with us for just a moment. We're having some issues here in the studio. We're trying to get everything working right, so just bear with us. But so 2 back-to-back picks there, one by the Hawks and now by the Brownwood Lions. And Brownwood comes out with twins to the near side and 2 backs in the backfield in the traditional I set. And Colson takes the snap, gives it to Pearson. Pearson fights his way past the line of scrimmage, brought down maybe a yard. Gain at the 47-yard line. Again, we do apologize. We are experiencing some technical difficulties. We're trying to give you some kind of feed while we figure out what's going on. So bear with us. Our guy Damon's on it, our producer, trying to get it all working up and ready to rock and roll. And so now Brownwood, 2nd down and 8. Colson In behind center, takes the snap, and he fakes it to Pearson, rolls to the far side, throws downfield, and that is going to be, is that going to give him a reception? They said yes, he caught that at the 32-yard line. Trying to see who that was on that play, but Brownwood now moves into Wallhawk territory at the 32-yard line. So now we see Brownwood picking it up a little bit after being pretty much shut down in that first half. Now, from their moving the football, pick up an Oasis crop insurance first down as they scrimmage from the 32 now. Colson up under center. And now Colson takes the snap, gives it right, straight give to Pearson, and Pearson's going to be brought down at the 30-yard line, maybe a yard on that play as they untangle everybody from the scrum. They actually give him the 29-yard line. It's going to be second down and 7. And we'll see now. Again, we are trying to work on our feed. Brownwood, 2nd and 7 now on the Wallhawk 29-yard line. And now Colson ran into his back as he was trying to give him the football. They collided at the mesh point, and that's going to be no gain on the play. And now there is stoppage of play as a Lion lost their helmet, and he'll have to go off. That is number 69, Jackson Rainey. Will have to trot off the field. The sophomore, Jackson Rainey. He'll have to go sit down, put his helmet back on, get her tightened up, and it'll be 3rd and 7 for Wall. So now 3rd and 7 from the 29-yard line. Colson takes the snap. Fakes the handoff, rolls to the near side, throws downfield. That's going to be complete to number 2, Carson No, and that's going to be a Oasis Crop Insurance first down at the Wallhawk 22 or 21-yard line. Trying to see what they're at the 21-yard line. And so Brownwood now close to entering the Angelo MRI red zone as they have come out here in the second half and really put it on the Hawks so far here. And now a quick give up the gut to the fullback, and he's inside the Angelo MRI red zone down to the 15-yard line. Trying to see who that was on the carry. That number 22, the fullback, Robbie Robinson, was able to take that straight give and take it to the Hawk 15-yard line as the Lions move inside the MRI red zone. And now a pistol set for the Lions on 2nd down and 5. Snap, the give, breaking it to the outside again, and the fumble. Ball's fumbled, and it's going to roll out of bounds. Still be Brownwood's football. So that was Levi Pearson on the carry. He was hit. The ball comes loose. You can see it here on the Postal Annex instant replay. And, well, see it for just a moment. That's another replay that it's not our replay. Anyway, so the still 3rd down and not sure what. 3rd down and possibly 4. And Brownwood will scrimmage from the 14-yard line of Wall. And Colson takes the snap, just a simple pitch. And now it's going to be an option pass, thrown downfield, picked off by Wall in the end zone. Are they going to give him a touchback, or are they going to mark him out on the 1-yard line? So it was a pitch back to Levi Pearson. He rolled to the far side, went to throw it, just tossed it up in the air and intercepting it didn't get that number. Who picked that one? But it was a pick, and it's marked out at the 2 or 3-yard line. So Wall will get it at the 3-yard line. So a turnover by the Brownwood Lions as they had their best drive going of the night, and the gadget play was unsuccessful as Wall picked it. and was thrown out of bounds at the 3-yard line. So now the Hawks will take over in their own end of the field. Trying to see who that was that picked it. Trying to get that number down there on the sideline. Believe that was number 9, Gunnar King. May have been Gunnar King, the backup quarterback, playing a little safety as well, as the Hawks move out to the 12-yard line. Excuse me, the 11-yard line. Nope, 12. It is on the 12-yard line. And trying to get you, we lost access to the camera, the time clock right now, but 5:50 and counting looks like in the third quarter here as the Hawks have it 2nd down and 6. And Landon York takes the snap and now gives it right to Brady Neal. And Neal will fight for a few yards out to the 10-yard line. Actually, 9-yard line, I believe they're going to mark him down at. So now that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Wall Hawks. And the play call coming in. 5:10 and the clock running here in the third quarter. Wall quickly to the line of scrimmage after the play. York with 2 backs in the backfield gets the snap. Just a simple inside give. And a loss. I believe that's going to be back. Nope. There's a fumble on the play, but the referee comes in and says, no, 4th down. 4th down. He's holding that fist up there, clinched. 4th down. Postal Annex instant replay. You can see right now the big scrum there. And so that'll bring up 4th down from the 9-yard line for Wall. Levi King in the end zone to punt for the Hawks. Brownfield setting their punt return team. Snap, the kick. It's going to be carried back. And now a little gadget, little trickeration on the return. And that was number 7 knocked out of bounds. Raven Prado knocked out of bounds at the Wall Hawk 38-yard line. So Brownwood, after driving deep into Wall Hawk territory, turned it over at the goal line and held Wall to a 3-and-out. And now they get good field position on Wall's 38-yard line. As I'm watching the feed, I saw a familiar face on that Brownwood sideline. Graylin Brown. I'll talk more about him in a minute as Colson takes the snap. Simple give play now to number 25, Trent Buffington in there, the senior, and giving Levi Pearson a break as Buffington now gets to the 33-yard line. And that'll 33-yard line of Wall. About a 5-yard pickup there for Buffington. And so now Graylin Brown, you can see him running on the field there. Graylin Brown was a star quarterback for Brownwood, 2011-12 time frame-ish, if I remember correctly. But he holds another distinction, what I know him more from, and I'll say in a minute. In motion, number 15, and Colson. Now just a simple give, and Wall says you will not pass this line of scrimmage as number 25, Trent Buffington, again was brought down by a host of Wall Hawks on that defensive line as they set that edge and set that line and absolutely threw up a great wall in front of Buffington. So now that'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 for the Lions. Graylin Brown, after his stellar high school career, played baseball for Angelo State and set a school record which still stands for career saves. Was just an incredible reliever out of the bullpen. And now Wall calls a timeout. And defensive coordinator gathers them around him for a talk as Coach Craig Slaughter joins the chat. And that will put us on hold for a moment. But while we're there, check out why First Community is the #1 local auto lender here in San Angelo with great rates on new, used, or refinanced autos and a variety of payment options. They can help make your payment fit your budget. So be smart. Bank smart. Apply online at 1cfcu.org or give them a call at 325-653-1465. Of course, rates and terms are based on approved credit. So now, as we get back to action here, and the Brownwood Lions, 3rd and 8, as Wall called a timeout to get their alignment set. And now they're ready to rock and roll. And Colson steps in behind center. One back, and he drops straight back and now rolls to the far side, being chased by the Hawks. He's going to slide down at the 31-yard line. See where they mark him. Oh, they're actually going to mark him back at the 32-yard line. I thought they were, nope, 33-yard line. They mark him at the 33-yard line. Trying to figure out where he started, because as you know, they mark it down where he started the slide. So that's going to bring up a 4th down from the 33 of Wall. And they line up. 4th and 5 now from the 33-yard line. Colson back to the traditional I set behind him. Puts a tight end in motion, and he drops straight back. Here comes the blitz, and the pass is dropped by number 11, Dalen Ansons. Colson just had an incredible pass rush come right in his face. He tried to roll to the near side and make an off-balance throw, and Dalen Ansons just could not come up with the grab. So the Wall Hawks will take over on the 33-yard line after that turnover on downs by the Brownwood Lions. Still leading 21-3 are the Wall Hawks. Hawks now will line up with a modified pistol set almost, and York takes the snap, and that one more time is Brady Neal, and he gets maybe a yard, maybe 2. Marked at the 34-yard line. Second down for Wall from their own 34-yard line. York has Neal to his left. Fakes it. A little tunnel screen to Hagan Barbie. Barbie one more time. Breaks a tackle. Keeps going. Breaks another tackle across the 50 into Brownwood territory to the 48-yard line. Number 23, Hagan Barbie. My, oh my, this young man is having a game. That reception will put him over 100 yards receiving on the night. Almost said day, but of course it's night because it's literally night. So that's an Oasis Crop Insurance first down for the Wall Hawks. And quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Barbie in motion, and now just a little toss to Barbie, and he breaks another tackle, cuts inside the 40-yard line, and he's going to, or 45-yard line, excuse me, he's going to be marked down at the 44-yard line, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 6, maybe? So Barbie with another reception. They're going to call that a pass, I'm sure, as he tossed it forward to Hagan. So now they've got Jagger Thompson is in the slot now. On the near side, you got Kellen Oliver. And York drops straight back, throws it downfield. He's got number 2, the aforementioned Kellen Oliver, wide open at the 30. So York just slicing and dicing like a Ginsu knife commercial. On the Postal Annex instant replay, you can see York here drops back, rolls to the near side, turns his body, and fires a strike to Oliver, and Oliver gets down to the 30-yard line for another Oasis Crop Insurance first down. And it looks like, is that bringing us to the end of the quarter? That is the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching Hawks football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. We'll see you after the break.
Check out why First Community Federal Credit Union is the #1 local auto lender in the Concho Valley.
With great low rates on new, used, and refinance autos, we can save you money. First Community has great payment options and low prices for GAP, extended warranty, and credit life insurance, so we can make your payment fit your budget. So be smart, bank smart, and contact First Community for your auto financing needs.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your.
And welcome back to Wall Hawk Football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. As we come back, past completion to the 20-yard line, trying to see who that was on that catch. Was that Reed Robertson out there? Missed that one. And so the Hawks now will scrimmage from the 30, an Oasis Crop Insurance first down, just on the edge of the Angelo MRI red zone. And York has Brady Neal in the backfield as well as Jagger Thompson. Now the whistle sounds, and who's that timeout going to be charged to? That timeout is charged to Wall, as they have to call a timeout, and Coach Craig Slaughter down there on the sideline does not appear to be happy with that timeout, and can't blame him at all. Despite how much of a lead you may have, you do not want to waste timeouts like that. So Coach Slaughter walks back towards the sideline and lets his coordinators coordinate, do some of that coordinating stuff, Mav. And so we're set, ready to play again. And now the Hawks already back out of the timeout, ready to line up in scrimmage. And it looks like on the near side, Evan Bailey is going to be out there. So 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. The scoreboard says 30, but it's actually the 20, because I'm literally looking at the ball sitting on the 20-yard line. So I have no idea what the scoreboard operator's doing. But if he's listening, he or she's listening, hey, you might want to change that to the 20. 11:32 just underway here in the fourth quarter. York takes the snap, fakes it to Brady Neal, and keeps it himself. That's his first keeper of the night. And he gets down inside the 20, now officially inside the Angelo MRI red zone, or the Wall Hawks, at the 18-yard line. 2nd down and 8. And you've got Evan Bailey to the near side. You've got Kellen Oliver, top of the formation. Now just a simple give to Brady Neal. Neal cuts it back inside, 10. And brought down at the 8. Actually, they're going to mark him down at the 9-yard line. That's an Oasis Crop Insurance first down. Oasis Crop Insurance is getting their money's worth tonight with those first downs, as is the Angelo MRI red zone. And so now, 1st and goal from the 9-yard line for Wall. Already up 21-3 with 10:40 and counting here in the fourth quarter. So now York takes a snap, gives it to Brady Neal. Neal cuts to the near side. Neal spins off a tackle and brought down at the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal for Wall. Just about 3 yards on that carry for Brady Neal, as you see here on the Postal Annex instant replay. Great camera work by our friend Zach out in Brownwood tonight. Thank you, Zach, for your efforts to keep the feed going. And so Wall will huddle for a moment, break the huddle. Brady Neal will stand for the moment to the left of Landon York in the slot to the top of the field. Is Jagger Thompson. Now Thompson comes in motion to the near side. And a simple give to Brady Neal. Neal breaks it inside. Neal at the 1-inch line. Nope, they're not giving the touchdown. That's going to be 3rd and goal inside the 1-yard line. So Wall gets just about as close as you can get here on the Postal Annex instant replay without actually getting in. And, yeah, he's taken down the gluteus maximus hit the ground before the ball crossed the plane. So now 3rd down and goal from inside the 1-yard line. And now they've got that heavy package in there with number 13, Jacob Braden, taking the snap. Braden just simply gives it to big number 48, Dylan Sellers, and Sellers is going to score another touchdown. So they bring that heavy package of Dylan Sellers and Jacob Braden in, and then they just either just slam it up in there with Braden or give it off to Sellers. And this time they gave it off to Sellers, and Sellers just absolutely crushed that Brownwood defense and got it in for an Alpha Paving touchdown. And now Tyler Kleinsmith will come on for the extra point as the Hawks now lead 27-3, 9:04 left on the clock. I don't know about y'all watching at home, but that snack bar in the background is making me hungry. I can see that popcorn machine from here. The kick is up, and it is good. So Kleinsmith, after a bit of a shaky outing last week, is 4 for 4 on extra points tonight. So Kleinsmith looking good. And going back to the snack bar because, well, I'm a big guy and I like my food. As you can see here on the instant Alpha Paving, or the Postal Analytics instant replay, you can see the touchdown there by Sellers. And now, because of what I said, now they're zooming in on the snack bar. Okay, all right, Zach, I got you. I hear you. That popcorn looking delicious back there. Yes, sirree, Bob. High school football in Texas. It just don't get no better than this, folks. I'm going to tell you what, this is awesome. I would not have it any other way. As we get set up for the Shirts Landscape kickoff, we want to let you know, don't forget to search for us on social media, folks. Look for @Concho Sports. You can find us on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, @Concho Sports, and also download our Roku and Fire TV apps. Watch us on the big screen. And Kleinsmith gets set to kick off here. And yet another pooch kick coming down at the 32-yard line, fair caught by the Lions. We talk about the Roku Fire app and whatnot. I know my good friend Kurt Braden, he'll pull up his truck to the Wallhawk Stadium there when Wallhawks have a home game, and he'll set a TV up in there and he'll stream the game on the big screen in the back of his truck, so he gets both the ambiance of the stadium and the actual feed of the broadcast. So I told him he needs to mute the audio and just watch the video because the audio ain't always the greatest. So, Brownwood now with an Oasis Crop Insurance first down. Colson, just a straight give and a couple of yards on the carry. And Brownwood now, trying to see who that was. Was that Pearson? Yep. Old Levi Pearson back in the backfield now for Brownwood, and that brings up a 2nd down and 5. 5 yards on the carry. 28-3, Wall leading this one. Game comfortably in hand, but with 8:35 and counting, you'd never want to say never until the clock hits triple zeros. So Colson now up under center, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to the near side off play action, completes the little dump-off pass. Short of the first down, that was number 11, Dalen Ansons, the senior, with that reception. And 3 yards on the pickup, and now that'll bring up a 3rd down and 2 for the Lions. See here on the Postal Annex instant replay. On the tackle there, Jagger Thompson was there and to help clean it up. And now the handoff, the give to Pearson. Pearson makes a juke move and picks up the first down to the 45 of Brownwood. It just looked like Pearson hit that juke stick on a PS5 controller, made the Wallhawk defender miss here on the Postal Annex instant replay, and picked up a couple of extra yards to get the Oasis Crop Insurance first down. Right here you can see, whoop, right there. Jagger Thompson was set up for the tackle, and it looked like Pearson just kind of juked him a little bit, and was able to get by him for the first down. And so now 1st and 10 for the Brownwood Lions. As Colson barks out the signals, drops straight back, throws downfield, picked off by the Wall Hawks, coming back upfield. That's number 9, Gunnar King now, the backup quarterback. He makes a move. He's at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Oh, pushed out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Gunnar King on the pick. So he had some game time at QB last week, gets some game time as safety this week, and comes up with a pick. That ball was overthrown. It looked like the receiver, Carson No, fell down, and Gunnar King was right place, right time, and he returns it inside the Brownwood Lion 5-yard line. You can see it there. I think they're going to mark him out at the 4, and that's going to move Wall inside the Angelo MRI red zone and give them an Oasis Crop Insurance first down. My, oh my. 2 picks tonight for Wall. As number 11, late coming on the field, Evan Bailey comes trotting on the field late. And now York sets everybody up, takes the snap, just a simple inside give to Brady Neal. Brady Neal doing Brady Neal things, and he's going to be brought down short of the goal line. Nope. Are they going to – the official on the far sideline came running in. Nope. Now they rule it a touchdown, it looks like. So the referee, white hat, throws hands in the air, touchdown. And that is the Alpha Paving touchdown by Brady Neal, 4-yard touchdown carry by Neal. And Tyler Kleinsmith's going to have to ice that leg up after the game this evening. After 5 extra points, 6 kickoffs, he's going to need some extra ice and maybe a little icy hot for that leg. Snap back, kick is up, and it is good. Kleinsmith, 5 for 5, and the Hawks lead 35-3 from Gordon Wood Stadium in Brownwood, Texas. And your screen is deceiving you. It's 35-3, not 37-3. It is 35-3. I love doing football here on the Postal Annex Instant Replay. Just a simple give to Brady Neal. Brady Neal fights his way through the scrum and breaks that plane. I was wondering for a moment because the official on the far side of the field comes trotting in and did not raise his hands, and it wasn't until I saw the white hat hands go up that, yep, it was, in fact, a touchdown. Hey, football fans, we want to let you know that if you're in the market for a new car or truck, go see the folks at Mitchell Automotive Group. That's Mitchell Toyota on Knickerbocker Road and Mitchell Buick GMC on Sherwood Way. And now Tyler Kleinsmith. Again, he'll line up for the Shirts Landscape Company kickoff. And we have 7 minutes and 16 seconds left as Kleinsmith kicks it high in the air, coming down to the 24-yard line and slipping. Is that number 6? That is Caven Webster back there, the senior. Slipped for a moment, but his knee did not go to the ground, and he was able to bring that back to the Brownwood 39-yard line. So Brownwood with good starting field position. Over in Snyder, Texas tonight, the Lakeview Chiefs up on the Snyder Tigers 35-14 in the fourth quarter.
That is a drizzle on the field.
And now Brownwood, that I formation, and now a give to Pearson. Pearson and the Wallhawk defense, 4 or 5 linemen and linebackers meet Pearson at the line of scrimmage and stop him for no gain. As we mentioned earlier, you can see it here on the Postal Annex Instant Replay, thou shalt not pass. That Hawk defense setting up a stone wall out there tonight, holding these Brownwood Lions in their new look power offense to very little. And now, stoppage of play. And, Wall Hawk injured on the play. Had to look over and see now. I'm trying to see who that is. And the Hawk coaching staff comes out to check on. Looks like he may just be cramping up a little bit. It's hot. It's humid. As most of these August and September games here, I don't know what the weather's like where you are, where you may be watching from, but here in West Texas, folks, it don't get cool till January. We have a week or two of cool weather, and then we're back to hot again. So here we are. And then we have the ice storm every once in a while, the Century ice storm that we had in 21, which dumped 11 inches of snow in my backyard, ice on the roads for like a week and a half. And, folks, we don't know how to drive in that kind of weather around here, so it was crazy. But most of the time it's 40 billion degrees until December-ish. And you can tell we're late in the game and when we're just talking about weather. Brownwood now from their own 39-yard line, 2nd and 10. Colson puts the receiver in motion. Snap back. Fake. Roll to the near side. Deep downfield. He's got a receiver. Had a step and overthrows. Trying to get that number of that receiver, who that was, on the Postal Annex instant replay. Colson had him open. He had a couple of steps on that Hawk defender and just could not get the throw on target. I believe that's that 25 downfield. I believe that's 25. Trent Buffington was 15. I apologize. Connor Cornelius, my bad, was corrected on that one. Connor Cornelius, incomplete. And now Brownwood, 3rd and 10 with 6:19 left here in the ball game. Colson straight back after the play fake. Bullet pass complete to Carson No, and No is going to be inside the Wall Hawk 40-yard line down to the 38-yard line. So nice throw by Colson tonight. You can see here on the Postal Annex instant replay as Colson just absolutely hummed that one in there to No at the 50, caught it in stride and inside the Wall Hawk 40, marked down at the 39-yard line. So probably the best throw of the night by Judson Colson. So he got that one in there. So now tight formation, one back in the backfield for Colson as he gets the snap. Once again, the fake, and looking again back to the near side. And that's going to be Carson No again, and No's going to be out of bounds at the 21-yard line. So another Oasis Crop Insurance first down for Brownwood as they got a little something going here, finding a little as No there for a moment, blocked at the line, slipped off, took the little dump off from Colson and got down to the 21-yard line. So just outside the Angelo MRI red zone are the Brownwood Lions. The Lions, 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the far side of the field. The snap and the give. And Pearson gets a little running room for one of the only times so far this evening. He's down to the 12-yard line. So Pearson's been pretty much held in check all night, but managed to slip a tackle and get through the line of scrimmage and pick up an Oasis Crop Insurance first down. And that puts the Lions inside the Angelo MRI red zone. As the Lions now will huddle. And now running to the sideline is Judson Colson. Not sure what's going on here, but now Colson back in as the play clock ticking down. Colson gets the snap and hands it off to Pearson. Pearson cuts outside, back inside, breaks a tackle, and gets brought down at the Hawk 4-yard line. Man, I'm way off right now. At the Hawk 4-yard line, and that'll bring up first down and goal. Another Oasis Crop Insurance first down. And now back to the traditional I set for the Lions. Colson gets now play is stopped. Trying to see Did Wall call their third and final timeout? Nope. False start. Brownwood. So Brownwood gets inside the red zone, the Angelo MRI red zone again, and then shoots himself in the foot again. Man, these are the kind of penalties that you can fix. This is not just unforced errors. These are errors that you can fix. So now we'll scrimmage from the 9-yard line. So 2nd and goal from the 9 for Brownwood. And the snap back. And Colson's going to roll to the near side. Receiver, end zone, touchdown, Brownwood. Carson No with the catch in the end zone. And that is a 9-yard touchdown pass from Judson Colson to Carson No. So a little positive interaction here for the Brownwood Lions. As you can see in the background, people leaving the parking lot there from Gordonwood Stadium in Brownwood. 35-9 is your score as the Lions get ready for the extra point. Iliuth Valenciano. Ball placed down, kick is up, and it is waiting for the signal. Good. And so now Brownwood cuts it to a 25-point lead as they now trail 35-10. So quite the interesting game here tonight. You can see here on the Postal Annex instant replay, this is a nice fake here by Colson. He rolls back to the near side. He sees No down there in the end zone and is able to hit Carson No. And he brings it in for the Brownwood touchdown. First Brownwood touchdown on the night. Previous to this, just a field goal in the first half after they blocked a wall hawk punt. Got it 1st and goal at the 1 and then had to settle for a field goal after the Wall Hawks stiffened and held. So now we have 3:51 left in the ball game. Upon the conclusion of this one, stay tuned. We'll give you some stats and some interesting information before we end the broadcast tonight. So if you want to see how your favorite Wall Hawk did, potentially, stand by and stay tuned, and we'll give you some updates. So now the Schertz Landscape Company kickoff. Trying to get some updated scores and information for you here. In Snyder now, the game's gotten a little closer as Lakeview now leading 35-21 over the Snyder Tigers. Lakeview needs to hold on to that one if you're a Lakeview Chief fan. And now Valenciano gets ready for the kickoff. And he squibs it along the ground. It's going to come down to number 11, who just simply falls on it. Evan Bailey falls on it. See where they mark him. I believe that's going to be at the 15. Just simply fell on it. I don't know. And the Hawks will scrimmage from their own 15-yard line, or actually mark it at the 16-yard line. And here comes the Hawks. And now Gunnar King coming in at quarterback for Wall. Landon York, I guess they've seen enough from him this evening. So Gunnar King, number 9, will come in. Gunnar did have a pick earlier in this half and returned it inside the Brownwood Lion 5-yard line. So King takes a snap, just a simple give inside. And no gain on that one. Trying to see who that was on that carry. Off the bottom of the pile. Is that number 21? That was Tayson Stucker off the pile there with the carry. No gain. 2nd down and 10. Clock running. 3:19 and counting. And now on the near side of the field, number 18, Tyler Kleinsmith, the kicker, getting a little work in at wideout in the slot there. So King will get the snap. Has Bryson McFarden. Is that McFarden in the backfield with him? Trying to see who that was on the carry. Is that number 3? A lot of substitutions across the board for Wall. Now, nope, that was number 21 again. I apologize. Tayson Stucker apologize, folks. Calling this off a monitor in my old eyes, that's not a good combo. And so now the Hawks facing 3rd down and 3 as they move the ball out to their own 23-yard line. Clock running at 2:25, and Wall just letting the clock tick down. Stucker to the left of King. King calls for the snap, drops back, throws a quick out route or a little quick in route, whichever. It looked like number 18, Kleinsmith, was running an in route, and King kind of threw it outside. So Kleinsmith, you can see here on the Postal Atlantic Instant Replay, Kleinsmith had to turn back outside to track that one down. But nevertheless, it's a 1st down. You can see it here. King just absolutely hummed that one in there. And Kleinsmith came up with the reception. So that will bring up, trying to see where they place it down, 1st and 10 on the 27-yard line. And now we have hit the 2-minute warning from Gordon Wood Stadium here in Brownwood. Still can't get over to how we have the 2-minute warning in high school football now. Couple of years ago, it was the 2-minute timeout in college. They brought that along, and now we've got the 2-minute warning in high school football, at least here in the state of Texas. Crazy, crazy times we live in, I tell you. You know, it's almost like bringing the designated hitter across the board in baseball, which I'm a fan of, by the way. I'm a fan of the DH. I think making pitchers hits kind of counterproductive, but here we are. I'm sure I rile up traditionalists by that viewpoint. So 1st down and 10 now for the Hawks from their own 27-yard line. They're just going to line up in the greatest formation in all of football, and that would be the victory formation. And Landon York's going to take, is that King? Nope, that's Landon York, takes that snap, kneels it down. Clock will tick, 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 150, and counting. And like I said, we're going to do a quick recap at the end of this one so our cameraman can break down and get out of there. So he's not there till after midnight. And the Hawks one more time line up as the clock moves under 1:30. And York says, get ready, and calls for the snap and kneels it down. And the down and distance really irrelevant because that clock's ticking away. It's going to be 3rd down, I believe. And that clock will tick under, should be under 50 seconds, under 45 seconds when they snap it the next time. And not sure if they may have to snap it on 4th down and run around in circles until the time clock expires. So 43, 42, 41, 40, clock ticking. And York calls for the snap, kneels it down at 34 seconds left, and that's going to do it. The Wall Hawks, as the clock will hit triple zeros here in just about 25 seconds, Hawks take this one. They go to Brownwood. 3A D2 beats 4A D1 35-10. What a statement game by these Wall Hawks as they go into a hostile environment against a larger school, albeit a rebuilding team, yes, but they still go in. They have to beat who's in front of them, and they come out now 2 straight dominant performances and now end up 2-0. Let's give you some statistics real quick, what we got here before we close it out. You can see the classy right there efforts at midfield as they shake hands. The coaches from Brownwood doing the same. Here we go. So for the Wall Hawks, Brady Neal, 15 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown today. Sellers also had a rushing touchdown. Overall, Landon York, 16 of 18, passing 219 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did have that one pick on the night, and Gunnar King had a pass completion for 3 yards. Receiving, Hagen Barbie, what a night. 6 catches, 116 yards. And please remember, these are all completely unofficial. Hi, at home, if you're watching at home, welcome inside the studio. These are completely unofficial stats, so do not take these and use them for anything. We just give them to you for educational use. So 6 catches for Barbie, 116 yards, 5 catches for Reed Robertson, 57 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and Oliver had a touchdown catch as well this evening. And for Brownwood, the home Brownwood Lions, Pearson, 22 carries, 70 yards on the evening, and Judson Colson, 9 completions, out of 17 attempts, 123 yards, 1 touchdown, but he did have those 2 picks that really did a number on the Brownwood Lions. And then also Pearson, 0 of 1, passing with that big interception. And then receiving number 2, that was Carson No, had 4 catches for 74 yards. And then number 22, Robbie Robinson, had 3 catches, 17 yards. So Brownwood, game opponent tonight, but just not able to keep up with this high-powered, high-flying Hawks offense, as they just absolutely, the Wall Hawks dominated Brownwood tonight. So I want to thank everyone for watching. Thank all of our sponsors, the Zentex Remodeling Group, Oasis Crop Insurance, Church Landscape, Olivas Roofing and Solar, Angelo MRI, Alpha Paving, and, of course, Postal Annex Instant Replay. We want to thank you all for supporting Concho Sports Network, and we want to say thank you for watching. Thanks, Damon, for producing this thing tonight. Thanks, Adam, for keeping up on them stats. We appreciate it. Thanks, Zach. Yeah, we had to switch over to Zach, didn't we? There's Zach, our camera guy in Brownwood. Thank you so much for your efforts. Want to wish you a good night. God bless you. We'll see you next week. Oh, before we go, don't take me off the air yet. I forgot. Next week, the Hawks are in the middle of a 3-game road trip, so they'll go to Jim Ned next week. So you want to tune in right here on Concho Sports Network, 7 p.m. next week. Not 7:30, 7 p.m. next week. That's this many. 7. There we go. 7 p.m. next week right here on Concho Sports Network. So good night. God bless you. We'll see you. Take care.